Hey guys, Deacon here, and today we're looking at the Yamato. What a battleship. I've been playing this quite a bit recently, and there was a game I had a few days ago that I just thought I'd share with you. I really enjoyed it, but first of all, we're going to look into the Yamato and how I've got him set up, and then we're going to go away and have a look at the game itself. Okay, and have a little bit of a play around on the hotspot map, if I remember correctly. So anyway, here it is, the mightiness that is the Yamato, and go to the modules to have a little look. Consumables, I go with the spotting aircraft. The reason I go with the spotting aircraft is it gives me the extra range if I need it. You don't really need it, but it's more about getting angles over the top of islands, so you can see above. You can pinpoint those cruisers or those battleships that are hiding away behind islands or in smoke, believe it or not, and start shooting them in there. Not that you can see them, but you got a much better idea in smoke of where they're firing from, which allows you to aim more accurately. So that's why I go with the spotting aircraft. Moving to upgrades, I have gone for mandatory armaments mod 1, because there's nothing else I would take. I've built this as a tank, so damage control systems modification 1 to risk the chance of catching fire or flooding. I've gone for accuracy because the main strength of this ship is its guns, and the more accurate you can make them, the better. I haven't got the upgrade, the legendary module yet. As soon as I do, I will be putting that on. Damage control systems mod 2, again continuing with that tank theme. Concealment, allowing me to disengage if I get the opportunity to. And then I've gone for the reload module, so main battery modification 3. This reduces your reload time to a wonderful, if you have a look there, 26.4 seconds, which is fantastic. So there is no complaints at all for me on that. Moving on to the captain, I've got Yamato in here just because, well, he's very, very cool. Giving him all the little ticks and stuff, you'll see him in battle. But I go for preventative maintenance. You need to keep your guns firing. They're the most important thing on this ship. Okay, so I've gone for that. The turret traverse is really, really, really slow, which is why I've gone for expert marksman. Then I went for superintendent, give myself that extra heal and that extra spotter plane, although you don't really need it for the extra spotter plane, you've got plenty. Concealment expert again, getting my concealment right down to 13.5 kilometers, which, believe it or not, is actually better than a Moskva with full concealment system on. So there you go. For the size of the ship, that's pretty good. Then I went for fire prevention. So again, I'm talking about this tank situation. You are a big ship. You're going to take a lot of fire from cruisers firing HE, conquerors, all that kind of thing. So you really, really, really want to reduce that chance of fire, and reducing the number of fires to 3 maximum on your ship also makes it harder for them to set you on fire, as well as the minus 10% of catching fire. Because you've already got 1, that's normally on the middle of the ship. So that then means that you can, they have to hit your nose or your rear, or your aft, as it's actually called, to set you on fire, which is a much harder place to hit. So that in itself is actually really potent. Then I went for basic survivability, again reducing the time that I'm on fire or I'm flooding, or the time to repair anything that's broken. And then finally I went for adrenaline rush, getting my reload down even more. Really, really helps. So there you go. So that's the build, guys. I hope you enjoy the game that's coming up, and I'll catch you soon. So we're into the battle, and I have moved it on a couple of minutes just because, you know, the beginning of every game, it's all about the jostling to get into position first, and being a battleship, I might be relatively quick at over 27 knots, but it still takes some time to get here. In fact, almost 2.5 minutes to get to this point. So I am in a division with my clanmate Oz, who is in a Montana, and we decided that we're going to go north of where C would normally be. This is probably my favourite spot on this map, and I see a couple different things, but I know that getting rid of radar cruisers is probably the best place to start, as they've just managed to do with our Des Moines, taking them out super fast, which is a bit of a shame, but still a decent hit there on the Salem, a 14k hit. You saw the accuracy of the guns there. This thing, just when you want to hit something, you really hit it. I'm going to go for the Montana next. I think I aimed a little bit high here. I could have aimed a little bit lower, but again, look at that dispersion. It is just such a fantastic ship, this. That's another 14k hit. I mean, another 5 shells. How many battleships do you fire that get 5 shells out of 9? It's just great. So, and it'll only get better once you get the legendary module. So, I can't recommend the Yamato enough. If you're thinking about moving up this line, trust me, it's worth it. Take the potato ships, the Izumo for one. I really didn't enjoy the Izumo. It's not bad, it just changed how it plays. The Amagi's amazing, but the Izumo I didn't have the same feel for. But anyway, moving back to the game. So I was going to push C, but unfortunately our destroyer's been pushed out of that kind of area. I say C, where C would be. Our destroyer's been pushed out of there because of a Cleveland and a Salem, which are in that location. Okay, the Salem I think is pushing through now though, so I'm going to get myself in position. There he is. My guns are turning. I aim up. And off we go. So there we go. This is my second salvo on the Salem. Let's see how we get on with this one. That was a slightly better aim. Again, 5 hits in total. Your citadels don't count in your hit markers, by the way. So I think, can I take him out with this one? He's turning in. I think he's going to turn it again as well. So I aim a little bit higher. Again, this is where this 26-second reload really comes into effect. And it's only getting lower now because I'm taking damage. And I only get 1 hit that time. Wow. I'm taking damage, which is reducing my reload time because of adrenaline rush. And I'm going to push forward. What I want to do is I'm going to try and push myself down so I can get a crossfire on the ships that are moving up the 9-10 line. I am very wary of any destroyers in the middle though. Oz is doing basically the same thing north of me. Our Tirpitz and our Kid. Our Kid's actually is trying his best here. His problem is that he's got 2 radar cruisers nearby. Right, Montana. Let's try and take out one of my counterparts. Oh, there's the Salem. Changed my mind. I need to take care of him. He disappears. It's the one weakness of the ship is its turret traverse. Don't know who I'm going to shoot at. I should have shot at the Montana. I'll take some shots at the Cleveland here. Let's try and get rid of another one of those radar cruisers. The first volley missed. The second volley gets a single over pen. I'll talk a little bit about the guns in this. So some of you probably already know this, but the Yamato's got the biggest guns in the game alongside the Musashi sister ship at tier 9. 460mm. If you start looking into the stats of these, they and how they penetrate, they're the only guns in the game that can overmatch 32mm bows. Okay, so that means that any battleship which is angled in towards you, you can overmatch the bow. Now the Kurfürst is probably the exception to that, only because its armor belt, which is the lower half of its bow, is 50mm. If you hit the upper half of that bow, I'm making sure I don't turn too early for these torps. If you go for the upper half of the bow and you manage to hit that, then you will overmatch because that is 32mm. So being able to aim accurately in this ship is key, especially at range. I see so many people playing this ship at 20+ kilometers, and don't get me wrong, it is deadly accurate, but where you really want to be is you kind of want to be where I am. Look at the space that I have right now. Okay, I've got so much space. I've got 2 destroyers protecting me, and I'm trying to protect them by taking out the ships which are dangerous to them. That volley's going to miss. But I'm right in the middle of the map. We forced the enemy out wide here because they didn't want to come and take us on head to head, knowing what we can do. But now they've pushed up on that 9-10 line, so I really need to support my team out that flank. I've only got 2 destroyers and a Montana out there at the moment, so now I'm spotted, which tells me either there's something south of me, directly in front of me, or that Kagero's pushed in. Here we go, right, starting on the Montana again. There's a citadel on him, and he was angled in. You see what I mean? You just, if you can aim with this thing, for me that was a bit of luck. But if you can aim with this thing, the salvos are just great. I've only had 20 hits, and I'm already on 73,000 damage. Gonna let this fire burn. You never put out one fire. There's the second one. I'm gonna put that out. And Oz takes out the enemy Montana. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to keep pushing forward here. My goal was never to move down the middle. If I'd moved down the middle, I would have been in a crossfire from the guys who'd have been south of A, where A would be, which is the islands on the other side of the map. Right, let's try and take out this enemy Tirpitz. He's showing a nice broadside again. I'm going to slow down here because this island's protecting me from the Salem and the Cleveland from HE spam. There's the Kagero. I need the destroyer to deal with him. That kid should eat that Kagero for breakfast. Look at that. He's just having a field day with him. We've put up our blockade here now. The kid has got rid of Kagero, which is great news for us. There's another big hit. There's a 10k hit. So we're now on 32 hits with 105,500 damage. Again, I'm in a nice spot here. I'm protected on the right from the Salem and the Cleveland. The Tirpitz is now realising that he's made a mistake and is turning away. Oz takes a torp. At this point, he's flooding out. There's nothing he can do. He's on comms going, oh my god, that's it. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Other side of the map, things are looking good. Oz takes another one. He's flooding out, but he's just managing to keep himself in the 20k's at the moment. He's on fire, he's flooding, he's trying to heal through it. Fire at the Zao. Here comes more torpedoes. This is where the flooding really takes effect. Zao just hits him with a torp. Oz just managed to get the shells away. What a shot. What a shot. That's a fantastic, fantastic way to go down. And then the enemy Alabama has suddenly realised, oh, all the ships I came up here with are all dead. And this is when I go, right, I've got no more targets anymore except for what's behind me. So I'm actually going to push in amongst the islands here. Now the reason I'm going to do this is this gives me #1 protection. I've got islands to protect me from torpedo runs. I know there's still a Shimakaze out there. And secondly, it allows me, gives me more islands to potentially hide behind while I'm firing. No, I'm not a cruiser, but it doesn't stop me from using cruiser tricks. This is why I think understanding cruiser gameplay really helps you when it comes to playing other ship classes. except for maybe aircraft carriers. Salem's appeared. Right, let's deal with the Salem. Big hit on the Salem. 12k. He's healing up. Salem has got a phenomenal heal. It's basically got the Minotaur heal. It's just insane. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on one, and as soon as I do, playing lots of games in that, and hopefully bringing you guys a review on that one as well. Whether it's worth the grind to the 240,000 coal. It doesn't cost you 240,000. It's 180,000 with a coupon. Salem's killed our Yamato. I want to kill the Salem. There we go. That's my first kill. I'm at 133,000 damage. Now I'm going to turn left here. I could turn south and go after the Cleveland, but if I do that, the Alabama's then got my flank. I am currently protected to my south from the enemy Yamato by the island, so I'm relying on that. It doesn't stay that way for long. But here's the enemy Yamato. He's showing me a beautiful side here. I just want to get around this corner a bit more so all my shells are in. Measuring up the time. Aiming in, going for midship, bang, 20,000 damage. Okay, so now we're going to concentrate on this Alabama. The Cleveland's behind me to my south. Okay, but there's still an island between us, so there's no point in turning my guns yet. Again, Alabama's turning to get all his guns on me. I'm going to use this island to stop. 25,500 hit with a Citadel. Right, into reverse. Let's put some shells out of position there from the enemy. That was a big hit. So the Alabama there found my front Citadel. It's possible if you can get in underneath the front turrets at this angle that I am. If you look at the build of the Yamato, okay, the front Citadel is got angled armor on it, which means that if you can get shells underneath that front two guns, basically a 45-degree angle, you'll penetrate and then you'll hit the Citadel armor, penetrate that with big enough calibers, straight into the Citadel, which is quite scary. Also, the Yamato might have been shooting me. It could have been the Yamato shells. I think it was the Alabamas. Okay. So I was going to fire at the Yamato here, and then the Shimakaze appears. See the torps? I've already dodged the first set of torps. A little bit worried about the second set. The kid's doing a great job. I'm going to help him out. Again, the accuracy. I know he was really close, but still, that's just insane. Second set of torpedoes there. He was going after the kid. I'm surprised he didn't go for me. I'm going to ignore the Cleveland. The Yamato's the bigger threat. Shells away. Just shy 210,000 damage. I'm over 217,000 now. In come the shells and the Cleveland. He's going to try and set me on fire again. Since my heal's up, I'll be popping that. I'm very lucky there that the Yamato didn't hit my Citadel. Shells out again on the Yamato. I already think at this point that I've killed him. There you go. So what have we got left? We've got a Cleveland and we've got an Alabama. I need to kill both to get my Kraken. So I'm gonna make sure I get this kill. And then in chat I'm like, oh, I could get Kraken here. Guys, can I get Kraken, please? Don't think anybody listens to me though, but there's no harm in asking. Sorry about the beeps, that's Discord going crazy. Gonna move forward again. We're already in the enemy's cap. That's fine. We don't need to cap out. We've won this game. I'm on 233,500 damage so far. There you go. I want Kraken, please. Always saying Kraken. Wouldn't be my first Kraken in this ship. I was hoping to get it with this shot. And the shells looked great for it as well. It was only 3,000 damage from 3 shells. I was quite surprised. Our Habroth starts going crazy on him. Again, that's Discord. Starts going crazy on him. Well, he's trying to get the kill or make it an easier kill for me. I don't think it really matters. But I thought this was a great game. And there's some fireworks at the end there. It would have been great to have done that earlier. But yeah, I thought this was a great game. I really enjoyed it, guys, and I hope you did as well. Looking over the results in the end, 240,000 damage, 4 citadels, 5 kills, almost 3,000 base experience. And some of the damage I did to the enemy ships was phenomenal. But hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon.